Hello everyone and welcome to Cherub Teaching Center. Today the topic that we people are going to cover is Google Docs. Now Google Docs can be used in a variety of form and basically from an educator's perspective it can be used for creating a lesson plan. And if I talk about from a student aspect, again it can be used to make variety of things. For example, CV, or it could be a report, or it could be any other thing. So let's start over. Now, in order to access the Google form, first and foremost you need to open the browser. Once you open the browser, again you can go through this G Suite apps. Once you click on that and scroll this thing down, you will see a blue color icon over here for docs. Now, once you click on this blue color icon, it will take you to the Google Docs. Now, another way of accessing Google Docs is by typing in the search bar docs.google.com. Now, as you can see it over here, there are a variety of things that you can do it with this document. Though some of the templates they are already accessible, and the moment you will open Google Docs on your screen, it will show you the templates in front of you. So you can see that these are the various uses of Google Docs. You can make a resume, or it could be a project proposal, or it could be a brochure or a report. And not only that, if you want to access further templates, you just need to click on this down arrow over here. And once you click on this down arrow, you can see there are multiple CV formats which is there in front of you. These are the ones. You can also use Google Docs for creating letters, which is available in the template format. You can see that these are the business letter and this one is the informal letter. And it can also be used for the personal purpose. For example, if you want to create a recipe out of it or a pet resume. And from a work aspect, you can create meeting notes that you can share it with your colleagues. You can also make a project proposal. And not only that, this can also be used for creating brochure newsletter. And for the newsletter, again, there are multiple formats that is available in front of us. So there are other uses as well. And from an education aspect, that is what I was talking about. You can use Google Docs for writing an essay. You can also use Google Docs for making the report. These are the various versions, various citations which are available. It can also be used for making a book report, class note, and of the utmost important from an educator's aspect is creating a lesson plan out of it. And for the lesson plan as well, what you have to do is either you can click on this and you can use this template which is already available, or we can go ahead and create a fresh document. So today what we are going to do is we are going to create a fresh document. So I will be clicking on this plus icon over here. The moment I will be clicking on this plus icon, this is the Google document which is open in front of you. And today we are only going to cover the basics. Now, before you start writing down something in the Google Docs, one benefit that I would like to share it with you all is, again, this Google Doc is completely in sync with your Drive. So whatever you are typing, automatically that is getting saved in the drive and you can access this thing from your drive anytime. So that means your Google Doc is in sync with your email. And any document that you would like to create, first and foremost, you need to write down the title over here. For example, let's say that this is a biology document. So what I would be doing is I can write down biology over here or any other whichever you would like to create. And this thing is saved. So you can see it is saying saving and it is mentioned as saved to the drive now. Do you remember on the very first day we covered Google Keep? And you also remember that Google Keep was used for making a note of the things. Now, if you want to access Google Keep, I've already told you multiple ways in our first session. So Google Keep can also be accessed from here. Do you see this little icon over here? So once you click on this little icon, it will give you the keep along with the notes that you people have saved it over here. And if you want to create a document, Google Docs, in relation to the notes that you people have created, you can access it over here. So this is one of the biggest benefit of that. So I don't more have to go back and forth altogether. And so what I would be doing is anything that I would like to type in. Let's say that today I would like to create a lesson plan for that is biology. So these are the various things which are available. Like you can also check and you can also keep what exactly you're doing to do. So first and foremost, since I'm going to create a title, so I can select title and then I can start typing in. If this is a lesson plan, I can write down lesson plan for biology. And once you have typed down over here, I need to align it. Alignment in the document is very essential so that my document should be looking uniform. So you can see the moment I highlight this thing, I select this thing, these tabs, they automatically become highlighted. So this one is for the left align because as such when I'm typing something in the Google Docs, it's all to the left. So it is showing me the left align. But I would like to keep my heading in the center, so I can click on center line. It will automatically adjust my text in the center of the page. And if you want to keep it a right alignment, then you can click on this right align option over here. And this one is for justifying, that means for keeping the proper spacing. And though line spacing, we can also keep it from this particular option. And once you have created the heading, another thing is it's again up to you. When you have created the heading, do you would like to keep it in the bold format or italics or underline? So if I would like to click it in the bold format, I can highlight this thing. Either I can click on the B icon that is available over here, or else there is another shortcut that I can do is I need to highlight this and then I can do Control B. So if you hover your mouse over here as well, it gives you the shortcut along with that also. See, you can see it is mentioned Control B over here. And again, if I would like to keep this heading in the italic format, either I can click on this I thing which is over here, or I can do Control I from the keyboard. And if I would like to underline my text, what I can do is either I can press Control U or I can that is click on the U thing which is given over here. And this particular option is for the text color. Like if I want to change the text color, I could click it from here. So that's totally up to you which particular text color you would like to keep it. And this one is for highlighting because sometime what I've done is I've written and I've created a document and I would like to highlight certain portion. For that purpose, I can use it a highlighter and the color of the highlighter can also be chosen altogether. Yeah. So, and not only that, when I'm creating a lesson plan, yeah, and I want to write on the contents, right, table of contents, I would like to use the bullet and the numbering thing. What I can do is next I can come down and my thing will already be converted into a normal text, or you can go back over here, click on the normal text because initially we were on the heading portion or the title portion. The title is already done. So there are various other formats which are available over here, heading 1, 2. That would depend upon the font size altogether, which you people can already choose. And this one is for the subtitle. Now, if I'm going to create something, a lesson plan, and I would like to create a numbered list over here, I can access it over here. Can you see this option, numbered list? I can click on this icon and it's up to me which particular option I would like to choose. So these are the various things which is already available. But if I would like to use a bulleted list, then this is the option that I have it over here. Again, it is up to me which particular option that I would like to use it over here. For example, let's say that the lesson plan, the first lesson is cell, then you can keep it as cell structure. The second one could be your respiratory system or whatever you want like to keep, that you can write down over here. Yeah, so you can mention the things in a bulleted list format over here. And once this thing is done, what you people can do is, again, if you would like to create a next heading, you can click over here, next, you can jot it down. And another thing that I would like to highlight over here is if you would like to change the font size, you can select this particular thing, and then you have to go over here. This is for various styles actually, which particular style you would like to choose. This is especially for the heading, but font size, we people can do it from here. I can select it, and then that is once I've selected, highlighted that thing, then I can click it over here, and then I can change the font size. So you can see if I'm changing the font size, it will automatically increase it or decrease it. That will totally depend upon you. Yeah. And as I've already stated, if you would like to change the font style, you can select it over here, and then there are multiple options like Arial is present, this Garamond thing is present. So that's totally up to you which particular thing you would like to choose. And not only this thing, once this document is created, and you have written the entire structure. Now, we all know that once the lesson plan is created, sometime what happens is I would like to take the inputs from other colleagues of mine, what exactly they feel it about it. So one good benefit of using this Google Docs is either you're creating a lesson plan, or it's a resume, or it could be anything which you are creating through Google Docs, you can always share it. And if you would like to share it, and I need to click on this button over here, which is called as share. So the moment I go on the share, you need to punch your email address with whom you would like to share. And the moment you're going to share the email address over here, it is going to give you, let's say if I'm going to share with him, so it's going to give me multiple options in front of me. Do you want that person to be an editor? In case if you are selecting that person to be an editor, that means that person has been given full right to edit the documents altogether. In case if that person is a viewer, that person can only see the comments, and that person can only see the things which is listed out over here. And if you want him to be a commenter, that person can comment on the document which you as a person you have shared with them. Yeah. So you can automatically select it, and then you can share it. And there is another way, because it's not only maybe with my colleagues I can share the document, I can make him as an editor as well, but if I would like to share it with a larger population, what I can do is I can click on this copy link option over here. This is going to generate a link, and then this link I can share it through an email address to a number of people whosoever I want them to access this document altogether. So once this is done, so let's say that you have created the document, and the document has been shared. And now the second person would like to review it. So when that person is going through the document, what that person can do is that person can also comment on the document. So in order to comment on the document, you can see that this option is given over here, which is add comment. So when you click on the add comment option, yeah, so what you can do is you can mention it over here. For example, I want that person to change the heading. I can write down the thing as change heading. Okay. And I can comment it, and I also want that person to be notified. So if you want that person to be notified, what you have to do is you need to click the plus icon, and then you have to select or type in that person's email address over here. For example, if I'm writing down and if I'm assigning this document to this person, and I want this document to be assigned to him, I need to make a check mark over here, and then I will click on this comment option. So the moment I will click on the comment option, automatically this task is going to be assigned to that person, and that person has to work on it. Yeah. Or else I can only comment the section, and then I can share it with that person. So this totally depends upon you, what exactly you want to do it. Do you want to assign a task to that person, that person has to take care of a specific section? And as I've already said, that while creating a lesson plan, sometime I as a person, I as an individual, I as an educator, I want other educators to put their views in it. So maybe if I want them and I want to assign a specific task to them, that for this particular lesson, what exactly that person needs to cover, so I can write that topic. First and foremost, I need to highlight that topic, because the topic needs to be highlighted, and then automatically I can assign that task to that person in order to complete my document altogether. And so whosoever has commented on the document, I can have a full access to it. So I can open the comment history. Can you see this option over here where I'm hovering my mouse? So I can open this document, and this particular thing will give me a list. So at this moment, since I do not have a history to it, but otherwise, if on one document there are multiple people who have worked actually, so this option is going to open a comment history in front of me, who exactly has worked on what thing. So this is one of the biggest benefit of we as educators nowadays, we are working on the collaboration of the task. So this is one of the biggest benefit of creating the Google Docs. And another thing is that I would like to highlight over here, which you as an educator you can do. Maybe in case if you are an educator who is working on someone's resume altogether, and if you would like to comment on the resume altogether, again you can comment through this particular option, and then that document can be shared back to the students to work on that document altogether. So that exactly is going to save your time in putting up an email address, because you simply have to click on one option and that person is going to be intimated about it. Yeah. So this was the basics that we people have covered today. So today what we have covered is, in case if I'm writing a heading, how I can change the title style. That means the style of the title. It is through this particular option. The title is for the title or the heading or the subheading, and normal text is for the normal text that I would like to write it on the over here. And this thing is for the font style, which style I would like to keep it. And the option right next to it is for the font size. I can select the font size from here, and this particular option is for making my font bold, italics, underlined, and this is for changing the text color. And if I would like to highlight a particular line or a sentence that I've written over here, I can select that thing and then I can select the highlight option. It's going to highlight that line for me, because sometime in the entire document, if I as an educator, I'm creating a lesson plan and I'm sharing it with the student as well, and if I would like to highlight something, I can use a highlighter for the same. And then if I would like to change the alignment of the text which have been written, these options that you see in front of you, this is for the alignment, this is for the left, and this is for the center alignment, this is for the right. And if I would like to include the subcategories, for that I can use the numbered list or the bulleted list, whichever option you would like to go through it. And finally, we have also learned today that once the lesson plan is created and I would like to share it with my colleagues all together, for that I can click on the share option which is there, and then accordingly I can share it with my colleagues. And accordingly, once it is shared, they would be given an access as an editor, as a viewer, as a commenter. That totally depends upon you. And once the document is accessible by them, they can even review the document, they can put their comments on it. And finally, when the comments have been put on the document, that person is going to be intimated and that person needs to work on that. So I would like to show you one thing quickly, which I was talking about, the comment section. Let's say that this is the section for which I would like to put a comment, and that person, let's say that person has to create a lesson plan for this chapter. I'm just taking lesson plan for this chapter, and I want to intimate that person. So I can put it over here. I can select the email address and I can assign the task, and then the task is going to be assigned. So at this moment, I've assigned this task to me only. So this is how it looks like. So once that is the task has been assigned, what I would be doing is I can access that, I can work on it, and then accordingly it can be worked out. So normally once the task has been assigned, I can reply on that. Like if it has been done, I can put the reply back that it has been done. And normally over here, since it is assigned to me only, but in case if you're going to use someone else, that person will see a resolve option in front of that, and that person can do the task. And once the task has been done, he or she can click on the resolve option altogether. And this particular option, as I've said, so this is how it's looking. I'm showing you right now. Whoever is going to comment on this document, the shared document altogether, I can get a complete history of the comments over here, who exactly has done what was the task which was allocated, what was the reply that person has given altogether, along with that the day and the date and the timing would also be coming into picture. So this was all about the basics of the Google Docs. Subscribe to Cherub Teaching Center for more details, and next time we would be coming up with an advanced lesson for Google Docs. Thank you very much.